Who cares? All right, welcome back to Spaceballs, the podcast.
Merchandising.
Welcome back to the Bonsai Movie Crew. Don't forget to check out our TikTok, our X, I think it's called now. I haven't even looked at it. Did they change it? Does it say Twitter at all anywhere on it? No, just it's X, I guess.
Why though?
It's just completely X now.
Completely X. Facebook, our YouTube, our Rumble, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe on all that shit, and leave us comments, and don't forget to go rate us, as you should have already done, because you should have already done it. Anyway, if you want to hit us up, send us an email, Bonsai Movie Crew, thebonsaimoviecrew@gmail.com. Other than that, let's get into our creator profile that I think Madison wants to read.
Oh, you're actually gonna let me read it?
Yeah. This week we're doing Selena Gomez.
Full name Selena.
Only reason we're doing it is because of Only Murders in the Building. Because it's a good show.
Yeah, I really love that show.
Take her away, Madison.
Okay.
She's done a lot, actually. You'll be surprised.
I just saw a bunch of music videos when I looked her up.
Well, oh, yeah, she's done all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Like movies, TV, a lot of TV, really. Go ahead. No, I hadn't really done a lot of movies, just TV.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, her full name is Selena Marie Gomez. She was born July 22nd, 1992, and her birthplace was Grand Prairie, Texas. Selena Gomez was born in Grand Prairie, Texas on July 22nd, 1992, to Amanda Cornett and Ricardo Gomez. Her mother, commonly known as Mandy, gave birth to Gomez at the age of 16.
Adams?
What?
Gomez Adams?
Gave birth to Gomez, I think. She's a hoe.
What?
Oh, damn.
Who?
Her mom.
Her mom? That's fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, she's the same age as me. She was the same.
I say no, she's not.
Not anymore. Gomez began her career in show business in 2001 when she was performed on the popular children's program Barney and Friends as Gianna. I think that was her name. Dropped from the series after 2 years, Gomez auditioned for other shows without much success. She landed a small role in the movie Gomez auditioned for in the movie Spy Kids 3D Game Over in 2003, and a bit part as Julie on Walker, Texas Ranger. Oh, okay, I see. Trial by fire. These persons didn't...
What?
Persons?
These
They didn't
persons?
put a period in between their sentence. It just kind of like faded into it. It's wrong.
That's normal texting. That's all it is. Everybody texts that way now.
Yeah.
Trial by Fire in 2005. She also signed to play Emily Grace Garcia in Brain Zapped in 2006 and even recorded a song for the show. In 2006, Gomez... Why do they keep calling her Gomez?
Because a lot of people, they just refer to them by their last name.
Why?
That's just how they do it.
In 2006, Gomez guest starred as Gwen in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody on the Disney Channel. Earning more work from Disney, Gomez was tapped to play the evil Michaela?
Sure.
For the Hannah Montana series. She then landed her first starring role when the channel cast her as Alex Russo.
Sure.
In the show Wizards of Waverly Place in 2007. The hit series ran for 4 seasons until 2012 and won 2 Emmys for Outstanding Children's Program. In 2008, Gomez made her first animated movie, Horton Hears a Who, and starred in the ABC Family movie Another Cinderella Story with fellow Disney Channel actor Andrew Seeley. Seeley?
Sure.
Selena filmed... See, they call her Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Selena filmed 2...
They do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Selena filmed 2 projects for the Disney Channel original movie franchise as well. The first was Princess Protection Program. I remember that movie. I used to really like that movie when I was a kid.
Sure.
Anyways, released in 2009 and also starred Demi Lovato. I also remember that.
Sure.
Later in 2009, she starred in Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie. In 2012, Gomez performed the voice of Mavis in the animated movie Hotel Transylvania. I remember that too. She has since reprised the role.
Well, Lottie frickin' God!
He fixed them.
Continue.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you guys are lovely. I love you guys so much. You guys don't want to make me throw you out the window or strangle you.
Keisha?
Continue.
It's so funny. I hate those things.
We love
I
them.
don't give a fuck, Keisha.
There's another 100 of them right there on the button.
That one's going to get used a lot.
I used to like that meme a lot.
Oh, you'll still like it.
In 2014, Gomez was featured in the comedy Behaving Badly with Mary Louise Parker. The next year, she joined the cast of season 9 of The Voice as a mentor for Gwen Stefani's team.
That was only the first page? Man, you need to read faster.
You need to read faster. After several...
Mi scusi.
I know when to stop talking because I can see his hand move.
Use your peripherals.
After several years away from the big screen, Gomez returned in 2019 in Jim Jarmusch's oh, sorry. Zombie comedy, The Dead Don't Die. Oh, I thought I was going to say bite. The Dead Don't Die. The next year, the multi-talented artist voiced the character of Betsy the Giraffe in Robert Downey...
Bitch is hardcore.
Talking to me?
Talking about Selena Gomez.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's multi-talented?
Yeah, bitch is hardcore.
Okay. Of Betsy the Giraffe and Robert Downey Jr. film Doolittle. But her most successful role of late is Mabel Mora on the Hulu comedy series
Only Murders in the Building.
Only Murders in the Building.
With Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Yes. Now, in its third season, Gomez stars alongside comedic legends Stephen Martin and Martin Short as true crime-obsessed neighbors who attempt to solve a murder in their building on New York City's Upper West Side. Gomez earned a 2023 Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Television Actress, Musical Comedy Series, and the Show, for which she also serves as a producer, earned back-to-back Emmy nominations for Outstanding Comedy Series. Along with her acting, Gomez began building a music career by recording soundtrack songs in 2008 and 2009. That included 3 tunes for the soundtrack to her movie Another Cinderella Story, a song for the animated movie Tinkerbell, the single, One and the Same, for Princess Protection Program as a duet with co-star Demi Lovato, as well as 4 songs for the soundtrack of Wizards of Waverly Place, the movie. Soon, Gomez moved on to the original music as the lead singer of Selena Gomez and The Scene. The pop band, which had a contract with Hollywood Records, released 3 albums: Kiss and Tell 2009, A Year Without Rain 2010, and When the Sun Goes Down 2011. I'm going
to be the first one to admit that I actually like Selena Gomez's music.
I don't think I've ever heard any.
I'm a metalhead through and through, but sometimes some of that shit I like it. Like Biebs. I like the Biebs.
His favorite
I
song
never
by
liked
Justin
his.
Bieber is Sorry.
No, it's not.
What is it then?
It's that one he did with Skrillex.
Okay, well, one of them is Sorry.
I think it's just called You.
I don't know.
Never
You.
really liked any of his music.
Neither did I.
That's just me.
I think I'd have to hear him first. I don't know if maybe I have, and I just don't know it. I don't.
Like Same Old
ever.
Love? I think that was on the radio for quite some time.
I'd have to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm terrible at knowing like titles and who's like somebody would be like, "Oh, this song," and I'd be like, "Yeah, I don't know," and then they'd play it like, "Oh yeah, I know that song."
Right.
Some of their popular songs included Love You Like a Love Song, Who Says, and Naturally. The group split up in 2012. Gomez has shared she is working on a new album, sharing photos from inside a recording studio in June 2023. She has not announced its name or details about when it could be released. In November 2017, months after undergoing kidney transplant surgery, Gomez was named Woman of the Year at the annual Billboard Women in Music event. I would like to thank my amazing team and my family because they stuck with me through and through some really hard times, she told the crowd. And I got to do a lot this year, even though I had a couple...
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
It just goes so well.
Even though I had a couple of other things to do. Can you guys do like a Selena Gomez impression? Does she have a certain way that she talks?
She talks through her teeth a lot, I've noticed. You ever notice
Honestly,
that she
no,
really
I didn't.
talks through
I've
her
never
teeth?
really paid much attention.
She like
to how
doesn't
talks.
open her mouth when she talks, and she talks through
Can
her
you
teeth.
do an impression?
Not really. There's just how she is.
If
like,
she talks through her teeth, she probably talks like
she
this.
talks like this, like, and she doesn't really open her mouth a lot. And she talks really just kind of quiet, and this is how she talks. It's just
She
weird.
talks like this all the time.
Yeah, with her, she doesn't really open her mouth, and she kind of like just opens her lips enough to hear sound come out of her mouth.
She talks
she
like
talks
this
through
all
her
the
teeth.
time.
Yeah, she just like talks like this. She doesn't really open her mouth. Just weird. I don't know.
So she'd be a
Oh.
good ventriloquist.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe she used to practice that or something, like in her own
It's
time.
weird how she talks. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I don't care, but yeah, she kind of just talks through her teeth. It's better than listening to Miley Cyrus talk.
How does she talk? Do an impression.
Like
Oh,
with
God.
a voice like this, and she talks like
No,
this
have
really
you ever
raspy
heard The
voice.
Exorcist talk?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Isn't it like this?
No, like she's got like this really like she's got a smoker's talk. Like
Yeah.
she talks like she's been smoking.
You heard
for
Reagan
40
talk
years.
when she was possessed?
Yeah. Didn't I ever show you that meme of her talking like
Who?
I don't know.
Miley Cyrus?
Miley Cyrus?
No.
I think I sent that to you, didn't I? Or did
It's the one with a dog like
Oh no,
she's
the
talking
one-
on that. It's like the dog.
No, Alex sent me one. I thought I sent it to you, but it was where she was talking, and then right afterwards it was The Exorcist.
I think he did send that to
Oh,
us
yeah.
or something, or you sent it to me or something like that.
In early January 2014, it was reported that Gomez had been battling lupus, an autoimmune disease that can cause facial swelling, fatigue, headaches, and joint pain for more than 2 years. In September... Oh my god, it's my mom. But my mom's faking it.
I was going to say, Selena Gomez probably isn't faking it.
In September 2017, the multi-talented artist revealed that advancing symptoms of lupus had forced her to undergo a kidney transplant earlier in that year, with her roommate and friend Francia
Sure.
Raja serving as the donor. Okay. Next. 1 month later, Gomez provided details of the experience with the Today Show Savannah Guthrie.
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 Oh my god.
In an NBC News interview, she lived with me she lived with me in this interview.
Okay, well, we actually need to be able to
Sorry,
hear you.
I'm sorry.
So.
She lived with me in this interesting time where my kidneys were just gone. Gomez recalled the thought of asking somebody to donate was really difficult for me, and she volunteered and did it. The fact that she was a match, I mean, that's unbelievable. Thanks to Raja, Gomez was able to quickly move to the operating room for the life-saving procedure. While there were additional complications during the operation, Gomez has recovered nicely, noting that there were 3 to 5% chance of her lupus resurfacing. In November 2019, Gomez was honored at the Lupus Research Alliance annual gala in New York City for helping to raise more than $500,000 towards research.
I love it when people don't have a cause for something until it happens to them.
Yeah.
Then they're like, I'm going to raise awareness about this. Like, You could have done that before you had it, though.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway.
They're not aware of it until they're aware of it.
Yeah.
During her speech, she recalled the moment doctors stressed to her the urgency of undergoing a transplant procedure. It actually got to a point where it was life or death, she said. Thankfully, one of my best friends gave me her kidney, and it was the ultimate gift of life, and I am doing quite well now. Gomez has dated fellow...
You know what it was? You give me your kidney, I'll be your best friend.
Besties for life.
You can go around and tell everybody that Selena Gomez is my best friend. I gave her my kidney.
Gomez has dated fellow musicians Nick Jonas, Zedd, and The Weeknd, as well as been romantically linked to other stars, but her most well-known relationship has been with the pop star Justin Bieber. She and Bieber first met in 2009 and eventually entered into an on- and off-again relationship. Even after their final breakup in early 2018, the romance still provides fodder for the celebrity gossip mill. In 2023, What are you doing?
Changing the color of my lights.
What were they before?
Just white. I didn't even turn those on.
I didn't think they worked anymore.
They do.
Oh,
I
okay.
just don't feel like fucking with them. Continue.
In 2023, the internet was...
So ADD this week. What? Squirrels?
Squirrel.
In 2023, the internet was a roar over a social media drama between Gomez and Hailey Bieber, whom Justin married in September 2018. Gomez has publicly feuded with her mother, Mandy Teefey. Was that her name?
Apparently.
Amanda Cornett. Sure. Anyways. The two unfollowed each other on Instagram in December.
Oh
2017.
shit! They
Oh, you-
unfollowed each other on
Oh.
Instagram.
Got unfollowed.
Shit.
Thanksgiving's gonna be weird.
With some speculating it was because the singer had rekindled with her romance with Bieber. Though another source said the situation was more complicated than that. Teefey, her mom, later told Gossip Cop that she wasn't happy with her daughter dating Justin Bieber, but said there was little she could do about it. Selena can live her life however she wants to as long as she is happy, safe, and healthy, she said. And that was totally just for the public. Just throwing that out there. She doesn't really feel that.
Well, that's your celebrity profile or your creator
So they're
profile.
together
this week.
again?
I don't think so.
Because last I knew about it, like
I
when
thought
Haley
Justin
was,
Bieber was married.
I thought he
yeah,
was
because
married
like
to
when Haley
Haley.
was starting all that stuff on,
I know they.
line, like
I thought they squashed that shit though.
yeah, because like she squashed it. She got on there and was like, "I'm a full-grown adult and I don't
Yeah.
care," or something like to that effect. That was the last thing I heard about it. Was like Selena got on there and was like, "This is ridiculous. I'm way too old for this."
Y'all need to knock it off.
That was the last thing I
Yeah,
heard.
it's a publicity stunt. That's all.
No, they split back in 2018.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
Kieran's
if
like,
if anybody cares to know, she is currently dating. Hold on, let me scroll here.
I care.
We care
Very
so
much.
much.
Says Selena just responded to Zayn Malik rumors. As one of them following blah blah blah. There's a lot of Selena going boyfriend.
That is.
Selena just needs to get married.
That
I think she just
doesn't
needs to
necessarily
stop
mean
dating
anything.
everybody in Hollywood. That's probably a good idea too.
What about her and her mom? Did they everything okay at
Did it-
Thanksgiving?
Well, they
or-
must have because she's not dating Bieber anymore.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm gonna guess, that biography is a few years old.
Just
Sounds
a
like-
No, because
hair.
it's talking about 2023. It's
Oh.
all out of sorts.
Oh well, whatever. Anyway, that's your creator profile for the week, Selena Gomez. She needs to stop being Hollywood's hoe.
Sorry, girl.
Sorry, but you kind of date everybody in Hollywood. Stop doing that, and people might have more respect for you.
Yeah.
I take it back. I don't care who you date. I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know enough to.
Yep.
Throw
Anyway,
hat in the
let's
fight.
move on.
What the hell have you been watching?
What you guys been watching this week, huh? Let's start with Eric.
You always start with.
All right, let's start with Madison.
No, I don't.
Yep, Madison, you go first. You spoke up.
Always start with Merrick. No,
Yep.
not me.
Yeah, always. Let's start with Madison,
You done
everybody.
fucked
Hold on,
up,
hold on.
Hey,
How many
Ron.
assholes we got on this ship anyhow? I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Well, he always goes in the same order. He goes Eric, me, and then Karen every time. Yeah.
Not always.
Sometimes I start with Karen.
Yeah.
From time to time.
Like once every.
And what do you know?
4
You were
months.
only here every other week for the
Well,
past
if you
how
want
many
me to
weeks?
go, I'll go because I just got done.
No,
setting
too
the
late.
time.
No.
Just
Madison's
go.
gonna go. Go
Eric,
ahead, Madison.
Eric, go ahead. I'm being nice. I'm holding the door
I
for
can't.
Karen,
you.
go.
The host has to do it.
Very Scary People, Robot Chicken, Mayhem was the Joe Bob movie. Scare Package 2, Evil Lives Here, and Forensic Files 2.
What is
That's
wrong
it.
with your pen?
It's part.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does your penis do that too?
But yeah.
It gets smaller?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a
You ever
seasonal
heard? You
thing,
ever see a
Dad.
turtle head? Yeah, that happens.
All right, Eric.
All right. No, see, this bottom part's got a little stylus so I can use it on my phone.
I see.
Fancy.
And light,
The bottom
level.
part of my balls have
It's got a light
stylus
on
too.
it. It's got a level. You know,
I can
ruler.
zoom in and out with my
It's a
balls.
bottle cap opener. So it's everything I need. All in one. Anyways, let's get into the movies I watched. I watched Twisted Metal season,
Oh, cool.
the whole thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like,
kinda
oh my
mediocre,
God,
yeah.
you should watch this.
Mediocre.
Yeah, it's one of those, if you got nothing to do and you feel like watch something, watch it. I watched Dodgeball, and I watched Me Time with Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, yeah. I heard that movie was garbage.
It was okay. I thought it had some funny points.
I didn't write it down because I barely watched enough of it to.
Yeah, we were sitting at home with my dad's birthday. We had him come over and we were
Oh.
watching it while he was there. Then I watched the Mandalorian episode, the new season. I'm on episode 5 on that right now. So
Cool.
that's all I watched.
All right, guess I watched this week. I watched some Supernatural.
Oh my God, he's throwing us for a
Yeah,
loop.
I'm
He's
going.
doing
Yeah, I'm
himself.
going before Madison because
Yeah.
Madison has to be the special one. We got to let her go last.
Fair enough.
Shut up.
Oh,
man. You're
and
making me out to be a total douchebag.
it's a screwdriver.
Just saying.
He just said
Huh?
asshole.
And it's a screwdriver.
So I watched a little bit of Supernatural. Watched an episode of that today. I've been watching the Twisted Metal show. I think that's about all I watched. We watched Across the Spider-Verse, the new Spider-Man movie.
Without me.
Have you finished the Twisted Metal season?
No,
No, not yet.
I haven't finished it yet. I think we've got like 2 or 3 episodes left. So we watched the Across the Spider-Man movie or whatever, and it was good. It was really good. It was I don't think it was as good as the first one though.
No.
Maybe,
No.
maybe it's because they said to be continued.
No, I think it's because it's just not as good as the first one. The music wasn't as good. I think the style of the movie was just all over the place throughout the whole movie. Like the first movie was like they knew what they wanted for the style of the movie, and it worked. But
That's
for this
actually
one,
what I've heard the most is that it's too.
it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Like some scenes are very like it's like they slap paint on a canvas. That here we're gonna do animation over this, and it was just dumb. I'm like, and it did.
Here's
Like, it
what
was-
you got. Figure it out.
Yeah, and some of
it.
it looked cool, but then it was just like I don't know. I think they went a little too extreme with some of the cinematics and some of the artsy stuff and everything. Again, and then it was just all over the place with everything, and it was just kind of almost hard to follow, I guess, kind of. So, because we just watched that Ninja Turtles movie last week, and I mean that had its problems too, but not as much as I think this movie had with its art and stuff like that. But it's in the box, so eventually those movies are going to get drawn too. So, and yes, there was a to be continued at the end of the movie. So, but that's all I watched. Madison, what'd you watch?
Look who's talking.
I watched some of that with you.
Yeah. I still love that movie so much.
She watched it for free on something, and I'm like, or on some app, and it was just like every 3 minutes there was a fucking commercial.
3 minutes. It was every 10 minutes.
It was a lot. There was a lot of commercials, like a lot of advertising.
That kind of sounds like
Not
the
really.
old TV, though, back in the day.
It did. It definitely took me back
Yeah.
to like,
It's like every 10,
Like,
20
yeah,
minutes, 10, 15 minutes, it would go to commercial.
Yeah,
It was
commercial.
I
Like,
just
every 10
put it
minutes.
on mute every time a commercial.
Because
came
the
on.
commercials are like
Especially
super
Hulu.
loud.
Hulu is especially bad with that.
They're really bad about it. Now, you want to talk about every 3 minutes? Hulu is every 3 minutes.
I don't know. I pay for Hulu, so I don't have ads.
I actually went
man.
back to paying for Hulu because it was like
And then
I was like,
and the
I'll
loudness,
go to the free
the
version.
volume.
F it. And
No.
The volume, you can barely hear the movie, and then like fuck commercial comes on, you're like, oh fuck, mute.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Hulu's the worst.
I paid for Hulu for as long as I've had Hulu.
When we switched in Verizon and got it like the free version, like for free
Yeah.
or whatever, that's when I did it. And then I was like, nah, I'll pay like the extra like $3 or whatever, because nah.
Is that all you watched?
No.
Okay.
Did you watch Nope?
And then I watched the first couple episodes of Shameless again because a short of it came up on my TikTok and I forgot how funny it could be whenever they're all arguing over something.
I still haven't finished that series. I think it stopped on like season 7, and I think there's like 11 seasons.
I was on season
I take that
11,
back. I
and
think it
then
was 9 or 8 or 9 that I stopped on.
I'm waiting for Crystal, but Crystal never watches it. And then I thought about finishing it, and I was
Just
like, no,
finish it.
because then she'll just get upset with me.
So
And then I watched Across the Spider-Verse without Dad because he watched it without me. Like the jerk he is. I
sorry.
waited over the weekend. I was like,
Your patience
Should I
can
watch
only
it?
wait for so long.
I've been having patience for so long because I've been able to watch it since last week, and I was like, should I watch it?
I
No,
had
Dad
time
probably-
last night to watch this. I was like, hey, let's watch it. And the boys were like, okay. And we're like, we started watching, like, oh yeah, Dad, by the way, we've already seen this. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, why am I even watching it with you? I should have just waited for Madison, but I was like, fuck it, I'm in it now.
10 minutes into it, I'm already into it. Let's just
I'm
keep
already
going.
into it. I'm going to keep going. I sat myself down with the intention of watching it, so I continued watching.
That's
I
fair.
built a puzzle while I watched it, though.
She did do a 300-piece puzzle, and
I used to do that. I used to do like puzzles or coloring books and stuff like when I was
I
watching
just-
something, especially if it's something I already seen.
I can't do the puzzles that take forever because I don't have anywhere to put it after the first day
The
of doing it.
2,000 pieces.
2,000 pieces would take me 20 hours.
all right.
Maybe just a black picture is all 2,000 pieces.
Let's get into our movie this
40
week.
hours.
Let's talk about the movie.
Finally, episode 50. This is our 50th episode. We've been doing this for 50 years. I mean, episodes. Feels
Yeah.
like 50 years.
An episode a year.
We've done
It feels like it's been 50 years since we were.
I think
adult.
we've only skipped like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think both of those were, one was because an episode fucked up, and another one was because you guys had family stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think other than that, though, we've been pretty consistent,
Uh-huh.
like with all of our,
Yeah.
like with doing this. I think we've done a pretty good job of staying dedicated to it.
Yeah.
So I think for the 50th episode, we decided we're going to do Spaceballs because we've really wanted to do this movie for a long time. And you know, I thought about it earlier. I was
For like a
we should-
month, we've been.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
been talking about it for a month.
And I think what's funny is like we should have done what we did for the first episode and did a double feature for the 50th episode.
We should have.
But I didn't think about it until you mentioned it earlier.
I mean,
Yeah.
we could have done like 2 Mel Brooks movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Blazing
Like, we
Saddles
could've
in this.
Yeah.
done,
Never gonna happen.
I would have said like this and Young Frankenstein or something like that.
I would have said this and probably Men in Tights.
Yeah, that
Because they're
would've been a
both
good one.
parodies. Well, I guess so is
Well,
Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, Young
but
Frankenstein.
Well, so is Blazing Saddles.
No,
lot of
it's
parodies.
no.
It's not a parody of anything.
There's a lot
No.
of parodies of old outlaw movies.
But anyway, Karen, you got a...
Uh, When the nefarious Dark Helmet hatches a plan to snatch Princess Vespa and steal her planet's heir, space bum for hire Lone Star and his clueless sidekick fly to the rescue. Along the way, they meet Yogurt, who puts Lone Star wise to the power of the Schwartz. Can he master it in time to save the day? 1 hour and 36 minutes, rated PG, starring Bill Pullman as Lone Star, Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet, Mel Brooks as President Scroob and Yogurt, Daphne Zuniga as Princess Vespa, and John Candy as Bartholomew.
This is the only
Barf.
PG movie that has the F-bomb in it.
Mm-hmm.
It has an F-bomb in it. They say shit, damn, ass.
Well, this was back in the 80s. I mean, I'm
Even
surprised-
still, though, you think
I'm
they would have
surprised I didn't see titties.
You think they would have redone
Well, they didn't.
it?
They didn't do the PG-13 until Gremlins. So was this?
But that's what I'm
pre or
saying.
pro-
This was in '87.
after-
This was after Gremlins.
Yeah, it was. So I don't know. I don't know how they got away with that.
I don't know either because there's an F-bomb in this movie.
Mel Brooks just kind of slid somebody.
I think he
at
did.
50.
I think he slipped it in there past the fucking MPAA.
Well, good
Uh,
on him.
you
You
want
didn't
half of
see this.
You want half of this?
I can take it.
All right, so I'm going to do page, you do page, I'll do page, you do page. Okay, so you'll get the second and last page.
Okay.
That way we don't strain our voices with reading.
Oh, okay.
What's the last word?
Fuck.
Ah.
All right. Oh, yeah. Would you guys watch again?
Oh, definitely. It's one of my top favorite movies.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
this fucking movie.
You hate this fucking fuck yeah, dude.
I
Stick it
will.
to the man.
I would watch this. I mean, I've seen this probably 100,000 times, and
Mhm.
I'd tell anybody who'd listen to me to watch it.
I agree. I'm the same. I would watch this 100,000 times more. I fucking love this
I
movie.
watch it once a day. If you
I
let me.
hated Star Wars for a reason.
Mel Brooks is
I'm
probably
just-
one of my favorite directors.
Always just the pessimist over
Well,
here.
No, I like.
I saw this
I would recommend
before. I saw this before I saw Star Wars. I didn't see Star Wars until I was in my 20s.
I'll be honest with you. I think I might have seen this before Star Wars also. I think I did. Actually.
I didn't
I've
see-
seen Star Wars.
I don't
before
think
I've
I've
seen
ever been able to sit through a whole Star Wars movie.
Oh, I love the Star Wars movies,
Oh, yeah.
especially the original
this.
trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see Star Wars until I was in my 20s. So by the time I saw Star Wars, I knew everything that was in it.
Right.
So I, as a kid, I guess I probably didn't get all the jokes, but I still thought it was hilarious.
But then again, a lot of the jokes aren't really. Mostly, it is a parody of Star Wars, but at the same time, the jokes aren't parodies of Star
well,
Wars.
the
Star
jokes are
Wars, Wizard of Oz,
within
and
the
all kinds of-
movie.
Yeah, the
I was
jokes
gonna
are within
say,
the movie.
I got a little bit of Wizard of
It was
Oz.
a parody of like Wizard of Oz, Spaceballs, or Star Wars.
Well, like
bunch of
even
shit.
Those epic
even-
fantasy type movies.
Yeah, there's
even
a
those
bunch of
jokes that are
movies.
supposed to be parodied for Star Wars, like there's something you need to know about me. I'm your cousin's brother's former roommate or whatever, is supposed to parody. I'm your father.
Yeah,
Well, it's still funny,
Walking
even if
that
you never
couch.
knew that he was like, I'm your father.
Right.
It's still funny that he's like, what's that make us?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely
It's still
nothing.
funny.
Absolutely nothing.
So it contains well within the movie, even
I
though it's
agree.
parody.
Yeah, you don't have to watch Star Wars to enjoy this movie.
Mel Brooks was a comedic genius when it came to that.
Yeah.
All of his parodies,
I think he wanted it to resonate
see,
with everybody, even the people who didn't see Star Wars.
You didn't have to see the movie he
Yeah.
was parodying to enjoy his parodies.
Exactly.
all
Yeah,
of his
that's a
movies,
good thing.
like he said, resonated for everybody.
Like I think I had seen like Men in
Resonated
Tights.
for
I saw
everybody.
that before I ever saw any Robin Hood movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
I think the only one that I had ever seen was like Robin Hood, the Disney one.
When I was a kid, I thought Robin Hood Men in Tights was Robin Hood.
So did I.
I was like, that's.
I think it
Robin
came
Hood.
out when I
This
was, like,
ain't Robin
6.
Hood.
The only reason I knew that the one with what's his name, Waterworld,
Oh, Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. The only reason I knew that one existed was because that song was so popular, and like Linda really loved it, and like so like everybody like
So did
Linda
Mom.
and Mary and
That
all of
movie
them like
bombed
watched
so
that
hard,
movie
though.
so much.
That movie bombed,
liked that
though.
movie,
Did it
too.
really?
Yeah.
I don't
It
know. They
did
all
well.
watched it a lot, and like I only knew that it existed because of that, and I saw like bits and pieces of it. I never watched the movie until I was like, I don't know. older, I don't know.
Mom used to like that movie too.
Yeah,
mom
that's what I'm
liked
saying.
it.
Like they all watched
But
the movie, so I saw bits
you know
and
what
pieces
sold that
of
movie
it.
was Kevin Costner.
Yeah, and
So-
that's really what.
All right, we're
Well,
getting
Morgan
way off
Freeman.
subject. We're getting
Morgan
way off
Freeman was
subject.
good in it.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Was he Little John?
No, he was
The guy that plays it, or
The monk?
Dave Chappelle.
No, he was like his-
character.
he
Oh,
was
the
like
blind
his number 2. Like
Oh.
his like sidekick or
I
whatever.
gotcha.
Yeah, like Dave Chappelle's
We're
character.
way
in
off
Robin
subject, everybody.
Sorry.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
This
Hood.
is
Dave Chappelle's character in Men in Tights.
Yeah, I don't
that's
remember his
basically
name.
what Morgan Freeman played
Yeah.
in the other one.
Anyway, we're gonna spoil the shit out of this movie, so if you haven't seen it, do yourself a service and go watch the movie because it is funny as fuck. So this is probably in consideration, probably agreed upon almost everybody at this table that one of the greatest comedies ever. Probably. One of them. I wouldn't say it is the greatest, but
Mel
one of
Brooks
the
is
greatest.
probably one of my favorite directors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna get into this. Spaceball 1 lurks through space. Aboard, Sergeant Rico informs Colonel Sanders that planet Druidia is in sight. The fearsome Lord Darkhelmet arrives on the ship's bridge and is informed that they are approaching Druidia. Helmet, I love that they just call him helmets. Helmet proceeds to tell President Scroob, but Rico says he has already told Scroob.
You went over my helmet.
Angered over Rico going over his helmet, Helmet uses his Schwartz ring on Rico by hitting his testicles with it.
You can't even like read it without laughing.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Helmet.
Because all you do is
I love Rick Moranis,
Oh,
dude. I
fuck
can't
yeah.
fucking help it, dude.
What cracked me up the most was when he turned to Colonel Sanders after.
What's the matter, Colonel
He's
Sanders?
Like, fucking
He covers up his
He's like,
Nothing, sir.
Nothing, sir. Helmet requests to see Druidia on radar, and oh my god, Sanders reveals their plan to kidnap Princess Vespa in order to retrieve the combination on the planet's air shield from Vespa's father, King Roland. Dude, you know I always drink coffee. You know I drink coffee when I watch radar.
Of course we do, sir.
Of course we do, sir. Oh my god.
good old
I'm gonna
messed
start
up.
crying. All right. At the first intergalactic temple reformed of the Druids.
Reform. Tomorrow bingo.
Vespa, her father, and the droid of honor, Dot Matrix, prepare for
I
Vespa's.
need a droid of honor. I don't have one.
Oh, droid of honor?
Yeah, I don't have
Oh
one.
my
Just
god.
make April dress
Dad,
up.
you should have put like something on him as like a wig.
Oh, to make her the.
Put a tutu.
We should.
Yeah.
Tutu on him real
We
quick.
need a gold.
like
we
a
need
gold hair
wig.
thing and a tutu.
Yeah.
And put some roller skates on him. So I just roll around. Where was I? Okay,
We're going to get lost in place.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Dot Matrix prepare for Vespa's wedding to Prince Valium. I love that his name is Valium.
Yeah. I feel like
What
this
does
sometimes.
Valium
Most
mean?
of the time
Yeah,
you'll
I
see
like
me
when he
It
yawning
helps you
over
sleep. It helps you go to sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here.
I
Yeah.
like when he shows it. Where have you been?
Yeah.
Like he's asleep the whole time.
Vespa gets cold feet, stopping several times. They only stop twice as they approach the altar.
I don't love him.
But I don't love him, Daddy. Ultimately, Vespa runs away, Dot in tow, and leaves the planet.
I can't say I blame him. Or blame her.
No.
I'd run too.
A Winnebago
Hey.
christened the Eagle 5 flies through space, occupied by Captain Lone Star and his co-pilot Barf.
Hang on. Whenever he says half dog, half man, half dog, I could only imagine.
He's a Mog.
no.
Yeah,
He's
he's
his
mom.
own
it's
best
like,
friend.
He's
Yeah.
just,
If
I'm my own
people
best
in the
friend.
80s only knew how right they would be about 2020.
Oh yeah, and their furry obsessions. People probably watch this like, ooh, John Candy's hot.
The tail thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He kept smacking him in the face with
Yeah.
it.
Barf.
Barf. They receive a call from Pizza the Hut, who demands the $1 million or 1 million space bucks they owe him. Vespa and Dot leave Druidia's atmosphere under scrutiny by Dot. Vespa insists she is glad. She
Glad.
ran away
Glad.
from the
I
wedding.
wonder if she's glad. Sorry. Like you're gonna get that a lot.
Yeah,
she's
we're
glad.
going to say cues like throughout the
Yeah.
speech.
At his office in Spaceballs City, President Scroob tells a caller that there is no air shortage on planet Spaceball. After hanging up regarding the caller as a shithead,
So there's no air shortage?
Scroob yeah,
He tells him that on the phone. But
Yeah.
There is.
Scroob inhales a can of Perrier
Very air.
from his desk. It even says
Salt free.
it even says canned in
In
Druidia. He is then contacted by Commanderette Zircon, informing him that Spaceball 1 has Vespa in its sights and is closing in on her. Snotty beams Scroob to the control room, but his head is backwards.
3 times.
He is beamed back to his office and
Why did nobody tell me my ass was so big?
Why did anybody ever tell me my ass was so big? He is beamed back to his office and he walks the short distance to the control room.
Literally, the door
The
opens
next
and he's
room,
in
yeah.
there in the next room.
He observes, he's like, I don't know about this beam stuff.
I'll walk.
Snotty beat me twice last night. It was
was wonderful. He observes the radar screen of Vespa and Spaceball 1, giving the command to capture her alive. On Spaceball 1 bridge, Helmet orders fire across the nose of Vespa's ship, and she calls her father. Some of the shots hit the vehicle, and Helmet reprimands the cross-eyed
I don't have to
gunner.
put up with
man.
this. I'm rich.
Across the nose,
Cross-eyed-
not up it.
No, yeah, across the nose, not up it. Gunner's mate, first class Philip Asshole. Hold on. Is that
How many assholes we got on this ship, anyhow? Yo! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
says first class Philip Asshole, and he was assigned to the position by his cross-eyed cousin, Major Asshole. It is then revealed that most of the bridge crew is comprised of assholes. Helmet then orders the assholes to resume firing.
Keep firing, assholes.
Keep firing, assholes! King Roland... I love that they didn't write this all cocky, like, oh, it's got to be serious. And like,
Yeah.
no, they're like, he then commands all the assholes to fire. King Roland contacts Lone Star and Barf and begrudgingly agrees to pay them 1 million space bucks for Vespa's rescue from the Spaceballs. As Vespa's car is pulled towards Spaceball 1, Lone Star and Barf spot them. They jam the ship's radar, prompting a radar technician to contact Helmet and Sanders, and they discover it to be jammed by raspberry jam. Helmet
Sweet
immediately blames
creeps.
Lone Star. It's on you.
Lone Star pilots the Eagle 5 to Vespa's car as Barf helps transport Vespa, Dot, and Vespa's luggage into the Eagle 5. Upon seeing the princess's luggage, Lone Star and Vespa are immediately at odds with one another, which is perturbed further by Vespa's complaints of the ship and the fact that she is a Druish princess.
Druish.
She's Druish? Couldn't
Funny,
tell.
she doesn't look Druish.
Funny, she don't look Druish.
Vespa's car is pulled into Spaceball 1, which the Spaceballs discover to be empty. The radar is repaired and the Eagle 5 is spotted on the radar. Spaceball 1 approaches, but the Eagle 5's hyperjets are engaged, allowing them to escape. Dark Helmet gives the order to engage in ludicrous speed. This causes the ship to pass by the Eagle 5, prompting Barf to comment that Spaceball 1 has gone to plaid. Noticing that they've passed their target, Helmet orders the ship to stop, causing him to crash into a control panel and soon faint.
Smoke if you got 'em.
Smoke if you got him.
Yeah. He's like, sir, are you okay? I'm fine. How are you?
I asked Jack what his favorite part was because
That's probably the best part.
he literally said that was his favorite.
Because
part
probably
of the
that's
movie.
that's the most Rick Moranis you get.
Yeah.
Like other than that, he's an asshole the entire. But then he's like, let's go ahead and take 5. Smoke him if you got him.
Boom. Down he goes. Although the escape from the Spaceballs, Eagle 5 runs out of fuel and crash lands on the nearby moon of Vega. As Lone Star and Vespa fight, Barf talks sense into them and they leave the Winnebago hauling Vespa's luggage. They soon stop. Lone Star and Barf, exhausted from carrying what they find to be an industrial-strength hairdryer. Lone Star attempts to talk sense into the princess, and before another fight breaks out, Barf suggests that they find a place to camp. The Spaceballs search for the Eagle 5, and Sanders suggests they check the video cassette of Spaceballs, the movie.
Did you notice that when they were looking for the Spaceballs movie, it was all Mel Brooks movies?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then they had like all the Rocky movies, all the Friday the 13th movies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Helmet expresses doubts as they're in the middle of making the film, but a corporal finds it due to a breakthrough in home video technology where cassettes are in stores before the movie is finished. They search through the film and eventually find Vespa, Lone Star, Barf, and Dot on the moon of Vega. At their campfire, Lone Star tells Vespa of his origins that he was found on a monastery doorstep after being born somewhere in the Ford Galaxy. Ford Galaxy. That's a car.
Yeah.
He shows her a necklace he had had his whole life, but he had never determined the meaning of it. Vespa then tells him she ran from her wedding because she did not love the groom, yet regrets her actions knowing that love was not something a princess was guaranteed. The two prepare to kiss, but Dot's virgin alarm goes off and separates the two. It's programmed to go off before he does.
Yeah.
The group treks across the desert, Lone Star and Barf thirsty for water, Dot needing oil, and Vespa begging for room service. Eventually, the group collapses. As Spaceball 1 approaches the moon, a group of dinks discover Lone Star, Barf, Dot, and Vespa and give them water and replenish their fluids before leading them across the desert.
Them and their Seven Dwarfs song.
Dink,
Have
dink.
you read that? Hold that paper
Dink,
already?
dink, 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 dink. Dink, 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 dink.
The Spaceballs begin searching the moon as the Dinks bring the fugitives to a cave, where they meet the wise, all-powerful, and magnificent Yogurt, a keeper of the power, the Schwartz. Yogurt then shows them a plethora of Spaceballs merchandise.
Jack also loved the flamethrower.
The flamethrower?
Yeah, he was like, hey, look, it says it's a children's toy.
Back in Spaceball City, Scroob...
Mom, can I have one?
Yeah. Back in Spaceball City, Scroob entertains Charlene and Marlene before Zircon interrupts, telling him that Helmet has lost sight of Vespa. Scroob orders them to comb the desert, which they literally do, but turn up nothing. We ain't found shit. Lone Star shows his
You
necklace.
think we're being too literal? No, you said comb the desert.
Comb the
We're
desert.
combing the desert.
Yeah. Lone Star shows his necklace to Yogurt, who says the writing on it cannot be revealed to Lone Star until the right time. He then teaches Lone Star how to use the power of the Schwartz, allowing Lone Star to lift a statue of Yogurt, smashing Barf's foot in the process. Yow!
Pancake foot.
Like, smash.
Yeah, smashed.
His foot was flat.
Yeah, like cartoon flat.
It was a pancake.
The Spaceballs continue their search, and Helmet feels the presence of the Schwartz, and Sanders discovers Yogurt's insignia. They resolve to not enter the cave, instead deciding to lure the princess out, which they do by using a hologram of her father, allowing them to capture her and Dot. Lone Star.
A hologram?
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
it was just like him.
No.
Helmet.
It was. He was overlaid with a hologram of her father.
Overlaid. That works better, yeah.
Lone Star and Barf bid Yogurt goodbye. Yogurt gives... Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, yeah, all right. Lone Star and Barf bid Yogurt goodbye. Yogurt gives Lone Star a fortune cookie and assures him that they will meet again in the sequel, Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. Yogurt also gives Lone Star the Schwartz ring, stating that he might need it. Helmet plays with his Spaceballs dolls.
It'd be great to
Plays
see
with
him
his Spaceballs.
if Mel
Spaceballs
Brooks made
dolls.
another Spaceballs
Space dolls,
movie
balls.
Spaceballs.
I don't think
before
you
he
would.
died.
I don't think you would because John Candy and Rick Moranis and all them, they wouldn't. Obviously, John Candy.
Yeah, Rick Moranis would be the only one.
Yeah, he wouldn't come back for it. I don't think.
You don't think
Bill
so?
Pullman.
There's not a
I think
second
so.
one? I thought there was a second one.
No.
Oh.
It was just a joke.
No, what I'm saying is that I don't think Mel Brooks would make it out of respect of not
John
certain
Candy,
people not
yeah.
not coming back for it.
Bill Pullman's still alive, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yogurt also gives Lone Star the Schwartz ring, stating that he might need it. Helmet plays with his Spaceballs dolls, acting out a scenario where he defeats Vespa's friends and she falls in love with him until Sanders interrupts, telling him he is needed on the ship.
I think
not
that is my favorite gag.
I did not see you playing with your dolls
What
again,
did you,
sir.
Knock next time. Knock next time. What did you see? Nothing, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good.
His shorts that he has on, it literally looks like a diaper, and sometimes he does act like a toddler.
They're boxing shorts.
Yeah.
With like tights underneath.
Yeah.
He's wearing like tennis shoes. Like
Yeah.
his whole outfit is so ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It's all just painted black.
Yeah.
In Spaceball City, Scroob is informed by Zircon that Helmet and Sanders have brought the princess to his office. In the office, Vespa is prepared to have a nose job to return her original nose if King Roland does not give them the air shield combination. As the surgery is prepared, he relents, revealing that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scroob arrives and they tell him the combination.
It's the exact combination.
Insane. That's the exact same combination I have on my luggage.
Well, but before that, he's like, that's the exact combination an idiot would have on his luggage. Yeah. And then Scroob comes in, that's the exact combination I have on my luggage.
Shit.
Lone Star. You changed the combination of my luggage.
Yeah. Lone Star and Barf arrive in Spaceball City and disguise themselves as Spaceballs. They enter Prison Ball 28, where Vespa and Dot are being held. They free the two and attempt to escape, leading to a shootout with Spaceball forces. They soon are able to run slip from Spaceball grasp when their stunt doubles are caught instead.
I take it back. That's my favorite gag.
That's a pretty good gag. As the rest open the Eagle 5, Vespa dispatches the remaining Spaceballs on their tail. Scroob arrives on Spaceball 1 bridge as they approach Druidia. They prepare the ship for metamorphosis into Mega Maid. Witnessed by the crew aboard the Winnebago, with Mega Maid, the Spaceballs plan to suck all of the air from Druidia. Mega Maid begins its operation, sucking air, trees, and snow off of the planet, thus causing King Roland to begin to suffocate. Lone Star stops Mega Maid by using the Schwartz to reverse its vacuum cleaner, saving Roland from death.
She's gone from suck to blow.
She's gone from suck to blow.
Lone Star pilots the Eagle 5 into Mega Maid to search for its brain. He exits the Winnebago, incapacitates a Spaceball with a Vulcan neck pinch, and prepares to set Mega Maid to self-destruct. Armed with the Schwartz and a can of Spaceballs the shaving cream, he defeats another Spaceball. As he prepares to press the self-destruct button, Dark Helmet enters and the two duel. Helmet soon tricks Lone Star into a handshake, which he uses to take his ring and drop it through a floor grate.
I can't believe you fell for that. Oh, man.
You fell for the oldest trick in the book. Here, let me give it back to you. Oh, you fell for that too! Yogurt speaks to Lone Star, telling him to use the Schwartz, as the ring had merely come from a Cracker Jack box. Lone Star uses the Schwartz to grab a mirror and deflect an attack back into Helmet, causing him to stumble into the self-destruct button. The Spaceballs scramble to abandon ship as Lone Star returns to Eagle 5 to make an escape. Scroob, Helmet, and Sanders are unable to reach escape pods, and Mega Maid explodes. Lone Star and Barf learn that Pizza the Hutt has died after eating himself to death inside his limo.
I'm sorry, that thing...
You're delicious.
I don't think I'll ever look at pizza the same way again.
It is pretty gross.
It's
pretty gross.
Just the melt, just
Yeah.
and his tongue was like a pepperoni.
Sausage pepperoni.
I couldn't even
like
look at
even
it.
like Freddy Krueger was even like
at least I could.
he
look
was
at
actually
Freddy
made
Krueger.
from someone looking at a piece of pizza and being like,
Yeah.
that's what it's considered. Even he doesn't look as gross as this dude
Right,
does.
right.
And
Right,
he's
at
a
least-
horror movie icon.
Right.
Right.
At least I can look at Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, you can look at Freddy Krueger and not be disgusted.
I want some cheese pizza now.
Oh.
They return Vespa and Dot to King Roland before
That's
taking
bad.
off to a diner on Space Stop 5. There they witness a singing alien tear its way out of a customer's stomach and decide to leave. Vespa and her
What was
father...
the point of that? By the way, what was the point of that whole scene?
Because it's hilarious.
Oh, okay.
I mean, because it's like a throwback to Alien. Like, it's just yeah, there is no point, but it's great.
It's funny as fuck, is what it was.
I mean...
not
Like,
again.
Oh, no.
Jack,
Not
please.
Not
again.
again.
I saw that chestburster scene before I saw the alien.
Hey, what do you
chestburster
have?
scene.
The special? That's what I had.
I want to change.
I want to change mine
soup.
to the soup.
Good idea.
Jack, please.
Yeah, I'd leave too.
Hello, my baby.
And decide to leave. Vespa and her father prepared for take 2 of the wedding. Vespa is angered over Lone Star leaving, but Roland informs her that he did not take his reward. Lone Star and Barf open the fortune cookie from Yogurt, which shows them a vision of him, informing Lone Star that his necklace means that he is a prince. He further says that he left special fuel for them in the glove compartment, liquid Schwartz. They pour the liquid Schwartz into the emergency gas tank and go turn around to return to Druidia. Inside pieces of Mega Maid, Scroob, Sanders, and Helmet crash land on the planet of the apes. Spaceballs!
There goes the planet.
Shit! There goes the planet. At the wedding, Vespa asks her father why he held back the information about Lone Star and realizes that Lone Star loves her. Accompanied by Barf, Lone Star arrives announcing that he is a prince, prompting Vespa to agree to marry him instead. The Eagle 5 flies away with a just married written on the back window as the message appears reading, "May the Schwartz be with you."
Scene.
End movie. Scene. That's a wrap.
Oh, the what was the planet called that the princess was from?
Druidia.
Druidia.
Druidia. The castle for that place looked just like Hogwarts.
It's a real
Like, it
castle in the
looked like-
Netherlands.
Huh?
It's a real castle in the Netherlands.
Really? It looked like the small version of Hogwarts.
Maybe that's where they got the inspiration from.
Remember, that's where they filmed some of Harry Potter.
Harry Potter stole their idea.
That's a long ass ship.
That is a long. This shit's
Holy
funny
shit.
as fuck. Whenever they showed it, I'm like, Madison's like, how long is it? I'm like,
This whole
yeah,
movie
that's the
is just
point.
the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the first thing I wrote down was, I always have coffee when I watch Radar. You know that.
Of course we do, sir.
Smoke them if you got
Hail
'em.
Scroob.
Huh?
Best hail ever. Like,
There's only one man who dared to give me the raspberry.
Lone Star.
Sorry.
I actually
That's what I
kept.
was trying to do yesterday, but I felt like you didn't see it because you were walking upstairs.
I didn't care.
Did you? Okay, when they did the ludicrous speed, did you notice that the Spaceball henchmen were leaning the opposite direction?
I did not.
Yeah.
No.
So you got Rick Moranis like flying back, like you would think that they'd be leaning this way. No, they were leaning like towards the front of the ship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I did, like, most of my notes was just because I was like, I've seen this movie a million times, so like most of my notes was watching Jack and paying attention to what he found funny, because that was really entertaining to me. And like the first thing he laughed at was the very, like, with the crawl, because he was reading the crawl or whatever. Like, I read parts of it and then he would read it. And at the end it was like, if you can read this, you don't need glasses.
Yeah.
He laughed for that. And then when they used literal jam, he's like, "Is that a jam
Yeah.
glass?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then the like, only one man dared gives me the raspberry, and he's like, "Is he talking like?" And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a double entendre." And he's like, "Okay," like he found that funny. When the radar guy was making the noises,
I told her, I was like, that's the guy. He's in. He was also
Police
in Police
Academy.
Academy.
yeah, he says only one man dared give me the raspberry, and the camera ran into Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
He thought that was hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Like all the breaking the fourth wall, he found that stuff funny. Lone Star continuously getting hit with the tail, like that was funny. Dark Helmet flying and crashing after the ludicrous speed. The Virgin alarm. His desert helmet cracked him up. "Sir, you shouldn't you sit down?" And then he falls backwards, like in the desert vehicle, because it kind of reminded him of the ludicrous speed part,
Just backwards.
because he's like standing up with the binoculars next. "Sir, shouldn't you sit down?" And then
Yeah, they didn't even give him a chance to sit. They just
no,
Sir, sit you down. Whoop.
no. And then he thought that the dude's being named Yogurt was really funny. The comb the desert part. The flatten foot.
She did fart.
And then it's
Sure.
yeah.
Would you knock it off? God damn, you're fucking fidgety.
Oh, we didn't do our camera thing, did we?
Huh?
Huh?
Throwing the paper at the camera.
No.
It's too much to clean up.
The dolls. The dolls he thought was funny. The doll part.
Everybody thought that
The stunt double. the where he
idiots.
where they were doing their lightsaber scene and they cut the guy behind the camera and he's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The mic guy.
he did it. The out of order, fuck. Oh no, not again, the alien. And yeah, that was it. He thought
So
that
at
was-
least most of the movie was funny.
Oh yeah, he was cracking up the whole time. I was just like enthralled with what he was laughing at. I was just like,
I think
okay.
my favorite part is the smoke him if you got him. Smoke him if you
That's
got
what
him.
that was his favorite part, yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down the only PG movie to drop the F-bomb.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know, it was so subtle though too. Like, I could see how it could get past censors.
Sure.
But like, even though after all
And
these
I can
years,
see Mel Brooks being like, let's see how far we can push.
yeah, how far can we push it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're allowed to have an F-bomb in a PG movie.
I don't think so.
No, because even in a PG-13, aren't you only allowed one?
You're only allowed one in a PG-13.
Yeah, so I would say PG is no. Like, no.
It's a big no-no. Yeah, you'd think. I didn't really get a lot of notes on this movie because I watch it and I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Jeremiah asked, is the Dark Helmet's tie supposed to look like a dick and balls? And it is. It's in the trivia.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it is supposed to look like a
I wonder
dick
if
and
Rick
balls.
Moranis knew that wearing it.
Oh, I'm sure he
Oh,
did.
yeah.
He wore. No, did you see the look on his face? He wore that with honor.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so much honor.
That's probably one of his favorite, like, characters to be to play as.
Maybe.
So one of them.
I'd hope so. It'd be my favorite.
yeah.
Coming
I
from
just
Rick
find it-
Moranis, you probably think that's probably one of his more
I don't know.
iconic favorites.
The thing about Rick Moranis, man, is he's awesome, but at the same time, he's kind of a sellout too because he sold out whenever he went into the Honey, We Shrunk the Kid or I Shrunk the Kids movies, and
At that time, when his wife real sick, though. So he
he
kinda
was like,
taking
"Oh,
on
I'm
a lot
going
of
to take
work.
these movies," and then he kind of sold out on that because he was supposed to come back and do what was the movie he was supposed to come back and do, and he like said no because he had made so much money. I'm thinking it was a Ghostbusters because they're going to do another
Maybe that's why
Ghostbusters.
he
But that was after his wife had died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe that's why he got punched in the back of the head.
Like he was doing the Honey, I Shrunk movies because his wife was really sick.
If they
and
do
he was
another
trying to-
Ghostbusters movie, I hope he would return.
Yeah, because his kids are grown now.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
kids are grown and
he's-
moved out.
Yeah, I would.
At least come in for
They-
give us
they
a
said
cameo.
He was going to slowly.
Maybe he
come
could be
back
Paul
in.
Rudd's dad.
That would be kind of cool.
Be fucking hilarious.
I think Vespa's kind of an idiot because like Lone Star and Barf showed up because her dad couldn't get to her, and then all of a sudden they're on the moon of Vega and nobody knows they're there, and all of a sudden he's there, and she's like, "Oh, let me just go out there and meet you."
Right. Well, yeah, she's
No.
not. She's a dumb princess.
Yeah, she's not smart.
I mean, the fuck.
I don't what I don't understand is the romance thing. Like, why did he find her attractive? Like,
Because she's hot.
not. I mean, maybe, but at the same time, she's a bitch. Like, she's a bitch. You know?
It's my industrial strength hair
Self-righteous.
dryer,
Yeah.
and I can't live without it. Well, she kind of changed their time.
I guess, but
I mean, that's the whole point, right?
it's an unlikely relationship, I would say.
Well, I mean, aren't
I
they?
bet that their
most of them are.
I bet their marriage had a lot of problems.
most of them are in those stories
Yeah.
back in the day. I mean, especially like in fairy tales, and that's really what this is. All fairy tale romance is problematic, I would argue.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is no different, really.
I like how Sandra Bullock said it in the Speed movie.
Yeah.
She said,
Oh, yeah.
people who meet under extreme circumstances like this typically don't work out.
Yeah.
And then by the sequel, that was true.
Correct. Yeah.
Because
I liked that they had giant keys at the prison. That all they did was just push buttons to open the doors. They didn't turn. They were just giant keys that push the button.
That you could probably like stick your finger and go like.
No, the
this.
buttons were like outside of the door. It wasn't like they were inside
Oh.
that they had to stick the key in. They literally could put their finger on it. It was just another joke. I thought it was pretty funny that I'd never noticed before. It was pretty.
I still didn't notice it.
Yeah, they're giant keys. If you watch, they're literally taking those giant keys that are on their key rings and just pushing buttons to open the doors.
Just pushing buttons.
I think the only time they actually used the key to open a door was in Vespa's cell. Was the only time I actually saw them use a key. Like a key is supposed to be used.
Maybe they're not supposed to touch the surfaces of anything, so they have to use the key.
Maybe, but they do have gloves on.
Maybe they have special chips in them that
Yeah.
that has to read.
That could be.
Yeah,
That
maybe
could
like
be.
a key card or something.
I mean,
Yeah, that
when
could
they
be.
pushed the button, it did turn green, so
That
maybe
could
if it
be.
didn't have the right chip in it, it'd turn red.
That could be. It's still funny.
What's your next notebook?
Spaceballs, the notebook. Like right now, I'm using a Beetlejuice notebook. All of my notebooks are movie themed.
Well,
Mine's a
hopefully-
bonsai tree because we're the bonsai movie crew.
My last one was a Freddy one. This one is a Beetlejuice. My next one is a Spaceballs.
We just thought you should know what kind of
Mine's
notebooks
just-
we had.
Mine's just a wolf leather wrap, pretty much.
She brought it up, so I just thought I'd talk a little bit about my
Yeah, bring it.
notebooks.
Anyway, that's all the notes I had.
How do you run out of ammo with a laser gun?
I wondered the same thing, but also, so their accuracy was so bad at first, but then he pulls
I think
off some
that's
pipes and he uses it and it just shoots through the pipes.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of,
perfectly.
the whole Star Wars thing, because those guys
Hey,
couldn't
look,
shoot
everybody!
for shit.
Spaceballs, the airplane.
It's not long enough.
Space. It's not long enough. It needs to be about that
About
much
half,
longer.
about half the room.
And then they were pretty accurate with the Rocky 5000.
Take it over by the.
Yeah.
Take it over there by the camera and just slowly make it go across.
Dun it, dun it.
You'll be standing there for a while.
And when did Lone Star have a chance to stop off and get his shiny little Prince outfit?
He had barf driving.
Ah.
Where
Where did he have that outfit? That's a shiny outfit.
I mean, it looked pretty old. So he
Really? I don't know, it was all white and crisp.
Yeah, but I mean, see how puffy the shoulder.
Yeah.
I think it was sitting there for a
She
long
had
time.
puffy shoulders for her wedding dress, so...
Yeah, but I think a woman would have puffy shoulders.
You can be done now.
compared to a guy.
I'm done. I don't want to do any more donuts.
Done.
Show him what it says.
You can't.
Spaceballs, the
Yeah.
airplane. It's not registering.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, fuck it.
It says Spaceballs, the airplane. You're right. They don't use my crappy handwriting anyways. Hang on. You can just put it somewhere. Ready?
Done it.
Wow.
Wow. That's what we need another bump of. Wow.
I told you, get Owen.
Owen
I told you
Wilson.
to get Owen Wilson.
Is it Owen Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey.
You should get from SpongeBob. My leg,
Why?
because it's funny.
But it won't fit in.
We probably should have
Yeah,
some
it will.
SpongeBob
It
ones.
totally will. We will find a way. I will find a way.
All right.
I will
Well,
hurt myself every episode just.
Does everybody cover all their notes?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into rating this motherfucker.
Let's rock out this bitch.
Oh, I missed.
Janet.
So
all right.
Reviews, huh?
Let's get into some reviews here. Let's start with.
I didn't even think about what I would have put him.
Let's start with Madison. What?
I was trying to say I didn't even think about what I would be rating it. I really like this movie. I like the music and I like the stuff about it. I like the comedy. I liked the vacuum at the end.
Mega Maid.
Dun 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 dun.
I like how she looked like the Statue of Liberty. The vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah. But was like a transformer, which also kind of reminded me of the Power Rangers. Yeah. Did I already say I like the music?
Mhm.
I like that. I like the acting. It was funny. Especially because it wasn't supposed to be like super good acting because it was supposed to be
Anything with John Candy, Rick Moranis is going to be good.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, I give it a 8.5.
8.5. Karen?
So for me, I would say the biggest thing for me that, and this would just be for all Mel Brooks movies, I said it before, but his comedic genius is that you don't have to watch the movie that the parody is coming from. You can watch this movie and it's well contained. The jokes are well contained enough that you don't have to watch Star Wars. You don't have to watch any of the other movies that he's parodying to get the jokes. And then he also does a very good job of not being exact with his parodies. So Lone Star is not an exact replica of any Han Solo or Luke Skywalker. Or
I think he's
like
more
that.
of a mixture of Han Solo and
Right.
Indiana Jones.
And that's what I'm saying.
supposed
Like
to be what
he takes mixtures. He doesn't always have exacts.
Yeah, he's like a Harrison Ford spinoff.
Right. So,
Yeah.
like especially nowadays when they do parodies, they do like exacts. They take one character it's like 1-to-1, 1-to-1, 1-to-1. And he's really good at taking characters and going, okay, I don't want an exact, but I want certain aspects of this character, and I want certain aspects of this character, I want certain aspects of this character. Let's just make them all this character. I always found that interesting because I've never really seen any other director really do that. I feel like the set designs were really well done, especially for a parody. They were just as well done as Star Wars. They looked just as big budget, just as clear and crisp. But also you get these little nods that this is obviously a comedy, like, Barf and them walking out of her Mercedes and into Eagle 5, not wearing any suits or anything.
I would say, yeah.
They're on Vega, the moon of Vega, with no suits or anything.
Yeah.
Everybody's just walking around like everything's
There's
fine,
no spacesuits in
Yeah,
this movie.
so you get these
There's
little
air everywhere, but
Yeah,
except
apparently.
for Spaceballs.
Yeah, you get these little nods that this is not serious, but
Yeah, because you can apparently breathe everywhere in the galaxy,
right.
except on
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs,
Right.
where they have no air.
But obviously the sets are so good that it could be serious.
Yeah.
If you wanted it to be. The music does the same thing for you. It's very good at that too. And Mel Brooks is just a genius at directing. He does a very good job with the shots and knowing what he wants. And especially for the time period in which this was made too, all the things that he did with it. So I'm giving it a 9.5.
Damn. That's fucking some high space baller shit.
It is an amazing movie. Tell me, like, any other person that could do parodies like he did. And especially nowadays, like, people do parodies and some of them are pretty funny, but like, again,
Rick
I have
Moranis was another level.
well, and I also
Yeah.
have a problem with a lot of the parodies and movies that are made nowadays. There is a place for toilet humor. There is a place for dick and fart jokes. They're funny. But we don't get that smart humor like we used to,
I agree.
wherein something could be just as funny and make me laugh just as hard without it having to be about dicks and farts or, like it. That's all there is like nowadays.
Well,
Like I said,
a lot of that has to do with the cancel culture.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. You can't say as much as you were able to back in the day. Like nowadays,
Yeah, you're right. It
Like
does.
the old
You
Drewish
can't.
thing?
You can't have smart humor because everybody gets.
They're
Canceled.
offended. They're easily
Yeah.
offended
Like
nowadays.
the whole
so.
Drewish thing.
I don't even think so much of that because Mel Brooks is Jewish, so
he used a lot of
Yeah.
Jewish humor in his set, like the stunt doubles when they turn around. You notice Princess Vespa kind of looked like Hitler.
No.
That was on purpose. Like.
Yeah, he
You captured their stunt. I love that fucking part.
he used to make all kinds of different, humor for different ethnic groups
and there was a lot of humor in his stuff that would have gotten him canceled today.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Blazing Saddles is a number.
Blazing Saddles for
big
sure.
thing.
It would
Yeah.
not make it past censorship.
But,
if he even pitched
but
it
it's
to
a
a studio, they'd be like,
funny-ass
"Fuck
movie.
no."
Yeah. It's like the vacation movies. That's a prime example of what I'm talking about. Those vacation movies with Chevy Chase back in the day. very smart humor and would make you laugh really hard. And very rarely did he have to get crass.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the very new one that came out with what's his name?
Yeah. The guy from The Office.
It's so crass and it's
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not a vacation movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox about it. 9.5.
9.5. Madison?
She already went.
Eric?
Madison, why don't you go again?
Yeah.
I didn't like your score.
You didn't like your score.
Let you stew on it for a minute.
So, as I said, Mel Brooks is probably one of my favorite directors. The comedy is just pure gold in this. This is one of my favorite movies. Acting, fucking on par. I'm sorry, it's on par. It's supposed to be bad, but it's on par. I love the acting in it. Music, score. I don't know. This is just one of my favorite movies. So
Karen always says it all.
She says 9.5. I came in at 9, but as I said, I mean, it's one of my favorite movies, so I'd 9.5 too as well.
For me, I love this movie. I've seen it hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis is a fucking gem in my opinion. He's part of what made my childhood. Him and John Candy both.
Oh, for sure.
So that all the comedy's on par. It's a funny classic. It's a cult classic. If you don't love this movie, you're just not American.
You're not American.
I mean, for real. Like, if
Really?
you don't love this movie,
You
and
communist.
like if you don't love this movie, especially
Dad
if you're a
always
fan,
says.
especially if you're a fan of Star Wars. Like, if you're a fan of Star Wars and you don't love this movie for
Again,
picking fun
it's
at it,
so well done.
yeah,
I mean, you
it's
can't-
well done. It's not, it's not like they're like, I mean, yeah, of course they're making fun of Star Wars, but at the same time, it got the approval
but in a
of George
respectful
Lucas.
way.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's not.
So,
yeah.
and then even if you don't like Star Wars or have never seen Star Wars, you're still gonna love this movie,
It's not that they're just making fun of Star Wars. Hell, they made fun of Star Trek with the Vulcan neck bench. You know what I mean?
right?
Mhm.
So it's
So I just think that you guys, I think that if you haven't seen this movie, like I said, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go watch the movie. It's fucking hilarious. There's really not a lot to say about it other than just it's a funny fucking good fucking fun time. It's a good time. It's a good movie. And
I really didn't have anything negative to say. but I
no,
can't-
there's
I can't
nothing.
give it a
There's
10.
really not. I mean, because whatever you're going to say negatively about it is done on purpose.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day,
They're walking
there's a
around
reason
in
for
space
it.
with no suits on. Well, that's on purpose.
that's on purpose. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be that way.
this
It's-
movie
it's
is not
on-
to be serious.
It's not serious at all. There's nothing serious about this movie. It's a fun movie. It's hilarious. It's a classic. Everything from the jokes to the parodies to the costume design, everything about it is funny. And like I said, John Candy, God rest his soul, man. Like he's a gem.
He's dead?
Yeah,
yeah.
he died years ago.
Yeah.
Oh man, I remember that was the
That was
first
sad.
celebrity.
Yeah,
That was
I
like
remember
a
when
it was
I-
back in like '97 or something, wasn't it?
I think I was like in fourth grade or something.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was a long time
94,
ago.
95, something like that.
He was
I
in a
don't know.
car accident.
I thought he
and-
had a heart attack.
I thought it was a heart attack.
I thought he was in a car
No,
accident.
I thought he had a heart attack.
That was a
But I
car
remember
accident.
hearing about it on the news, and I remember like bawling my eyes out. That was the first time I heard about a celebrity and cried.
Right, him, and then shortly after that, it was, or a few years after that, it was Chris Farley.
Yeah.
who was also just a gem. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go in and say that I think that
Heart attack.
is it a heart attack? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a heart
car
attack.
accident.
Maybe
Died
you're
in his
thinking about
sleep.
someone else.
Probably. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because it's not my favorite comedy, but I do love this movie.
Man, he was only 43 years old.
Yeah, he wasn't that old. He was just
Is it
so
8.75?
It's a 9.
Oh.
two
That's what I said.
9.5s and 2 8.5s. Yeah, that'll give you a 9.
Oh, I thought someone just said like a regular 9.
Anyway, let's move on to what Rotten Tomatoes says about the movie. This should be interesting.
Yeah, I honestly don't have any gauge for this one at all. Like for critics, I'm gonna say 87.
87 for
82.
critics.
82.
Oh man. Fuck that. I'm going to go 92. I'm going 98 for audience.
Spaceballs. What did everybody say?
82.
I said 87 for
87, 82.
92.
You say
82.
82, 87. Matt's going to take this. Is actually bad. It's like 57%.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them critics.
man. They're so
Fuck
bad.
them critics.
So, okay, critic says there's fine spoofery and amusing characters in Spaceballs, though it's a far cry from Mel Brooks' peak era.
Fuck them.
That was his peak era. What
Said
the
I
fuck they're
disagree.
talking about?
I
Very
totally
much
disagree.
You fucking
I'm gonna
cucks.
stay at 87 for.
I'm going
87,
98.
98.
For audience.
94.
94, 87.
98.
Karen's going to take this as an 83%
Oh.
audience.
Fuck them
That's
audience.
still too low.
That is still really low.
All these cancel culture.
Yeah,
people
that's
up
not-
here.
I disagree with some of that, but
Well, at least it'll be easier to find bad reviews.
yeah, I guess. I don't want to find bad reviews though.
Oh, I do. I want to hear these twats.
Twats. Eric, tell us how you
Yeah, I was
really
gonna say,
feel.
tell us how you feel, man.
I'm about to pull
Don't,
it back.
don't hold it in, man.
Yeah.
It's bad for you.
Okay, here's a half star. I did not like this movie. Was great movie, or wait, I did not like this movie. Was great movie like real Star Wars movie.
You don't even count. You can't even
Jedi.
read.
Movie Jedi say may the Force be with you in real the Star Wars movie. Those movie.
Did
cool.
they just throw
Hold on,
like
I'm not
a-
done. Those movie cool and amazing. Remember, watch Star Wars Episode 1. That was so cool. If
All
you
right.
watch the real Star Wars
I'm gonna sound like the kid
than
off of Big Daddy.
Spaceballs. He said than Spaceballs
Let us
was
know
not
how
good
you
movie.
I'm gonna sound like the kid off of Big Daddy. Your vote don't even count. You can't even read.
I think you just threw like darts at a dartboard that had
just-
like.
made
just
words up.
Yeah.
All right, here's another half star. I do not like parodies of other movies. I found the humor in this.
Then
Then
the
why
fuck
are we
you watch
watching a
it?
parody? Like, oh, it's a parody. I hate parodies. Turn it on.
Yeah, turn it on. I'll watch it. I ain't gonna like it, but I'll watch it.
Paul Rudd's not in it.
Here's a one. Here's 1.5. Really stupid / bad. Mel Brooks. What a surprising disappointment. Never saw before till on TV PBS. 5/30. He even threw the
Fuck.
date in here. 5/13/31 or 21.
You watched it in
Cancel
20.
culture.
Okay, probably a young kid.
Some little dickhead. Oh, this is dumb. What is this fucking shit? This ain't as cool as like I don't know Star Wars.
The
2
new-
stars.
The new Star Wars.
I thought it was funny when I was a kid watching as an adult, and it seems dated and pretty meh. If you want a good Star Wars parody, go for the Family Guy versions.
No.
Completely
Because
different.
they're dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Here's another 2 stars.
No
This is one of
intellectual
one of the most classic comedy movies yet. I didn't find it funny. I gave a few chuckles here and there, but overall the movie tried so hard to be funny, and I felt that it failed. Okay.
wasn't trying to be funny.
At least he wasn't being a
Like-
dick about it. Like he was.
Yeah, I mean
you know.
that's an opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, so fine.
Here's a 2 star. I hope this isn't what most of what Mel Brooks' movies are like, because I
Okay, now
don't
you
think
can
I
laugh.
found myself laughing once at the blatant buffoonery. Okay, here's a half star. I tried. I'm sorry. I tried, but I couldn't get through the first 10 minutes. To be fair, I don't like Star Wars that much, so this wasn't much of a surprise, but I think I would prefer to watch it. This was just bad.
So you
I
didn't
know
even make
it's
it
a
through
spoof, but I just
He
couldn't.
the. He
get
didn't make it
past
through
the
the pitch
ship.
ship.
He didn't even make it through the fucking 10 minutes, dude. You got no right to be on this site.
Mm-mm.
Oh my god, fuck off, dick. 2 stars. Perhaps it was inevitable. With so many hits, Mel Brooks was due for a miss. This one is it. I disagree.
This is like one of Mel Brooks's
That's like
top.
his best movie.
Yeah.
2 star. I went with 2 stars on this movie. I thought that this movie was all right, kind of funny. 80s spoof of Star Wars I have seen it many times, and I would watch it again. The first time I seen this movie was years ago. So nostalgic movie from back in the day. 2 stars. Yeah, but this was like the first parody of Star Wars. Here's a 1 star. After this, I'm done. 1 star. This movie was so stupid. I didn't understand any of it. Much like my husband can't understand why I'm always mad at him. I married him 6 years. Why is this turning into about you and your husband?
They're
It's like
probably
about
in
your
therapy
marriage.
now.
Is Rotten Tomatoes your marriage counselor?
Yeah.
Probably.
It's their therapist.
Much like my husband can't understand why I'm always mad at him. I married him 6 years ago, and he still has never once made dinner for me. I always make dinner. I always clean up. I always do everything around the house. And what does he do? Nothing. When I was little, my father would always help my mother in everything. But Jerry doesn't help me with it.
Fuck you, Jerry.
I deserve better.
Jerry.
Fuck you, Jerry. What the fuck, man?
I blame Jerry for the bad review.
Damn you, Jerry.
Damn you, Jerry.
Fucking Jerry.
Dude,
Coulda had a
I'm
better
saving
review.
this one. This one's
That's
is my favorite.
hilarious.
This is my favorite 1-star review.
That's probably the best one we've had in a long time.
That is the
Jerry.
best fucking review. Fuck you, Jerry. Help your
Jerry.
wife out more,
I
man.
still like episode 1.
She would have gave it a 5, high.
I was 5 episodes in.
I was 5 episodes in.
That's my
That was
favorite
pretty
one.
good.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more 1/2 star. 0 stars. It insults Star Wars or Star Trek and Star Wars. It's not funny. It's brutal, mind-numbing, low-budget style torture.
Jerry.
Go back
Yeah.
Come on,
go
man.
back to your basement.
Yeah, Jerry.
That was probably Jerry.
That was probably Jerry. Low budget. Where was the low
I
budget?
don't know.
That's one of those Star
Boy, they're gonna
Star
be-
Trek geeks. It's literally down their
They
basement.
they do know. Well, they probably don't. Never mind.
Are we
All
not
right.
those people in the basement?
We're in a basement. But
We're totally in the basement.
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
All right. Anyway, trivia.
Yeah.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Yeah.
Of all the jokes in the movie, writer, producer, and director Mel Brooks says that the 2 he is most proud of are the running gag about merchandising and the Colonel Sanders renting Spaceballs before it was finished. The scene in which Dark Helmet is playing with his dolls was not in the screenplay. Writer, producer, and director Mel Brooks came up with the idea on set one day and told this to Rick Moranis, who then improvised the entire scene. According to Mel Brooks, George Lucas loved this movie and wrote him a letter after its premiere saying he thought he was going to bust something from laughing so hard. Lucas also told Brooks that he had not chosen to parody Star Wars. This movie would have succeeded as a great adventure movie. Brooks said he was extremely flattered by Lucas's compliments and support. The escape pod launch sequence is an unused clip from Star Wars A New Hope, provided to Mel Brooks by Lucasfilm.
What is it?
The escape pod launch sequence is an unused clip from Star Wars A New Hope, provided to
The
Mel
part
Brooks.
where they shoot out?
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Provided
I
to
say
Mel-
that did look good, though.
Provided to Mel Brooks by Lucasfilm. Every time Dark Helmet has his face covered, his voice is lower and more basal, similar to James Earl Jones when he played Darth Vader. He also speaks with an African accent. In the DVD commentary, Mel Brooks says that Dark Helmet's voice changing whenever his face was covered was actually Rick Moranis' idea. Curiously, Moranis' Dark Helmet voice bears resemblance to that of actor and stuntman David Prowse, who physically portrayed Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy. The box for Spaceballs, the breakfast cereal, says it contains 100% sugar. Steve Martin was the original choice for Colonel Sanders. Spaceballs, the book, the novelization by...
Steve Martin?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could probably see that.
I can see it.
I could see Steve Martin.
That'd be
doing
pretty
that.
good, too.
Yeah.
I'd like
Yeah.
that.
Spaceballs, the book, the novelization by R.L. Stein, reveals the names of the dinks to be Rinky Dink, Blinky Dink, Stinky Dink, Pinky Dink, Flinky Dink, and Winky Dink.
Okay, by R.L. Stein?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know that there was
I didn't
novelization
either.
by him.
That's weird.
You know what? Steve Martin being Colonel Sanders would probably mess me up a little bit. Because in Little Shop of
You think
Horrors, he
he'd
was
take
the
a-
dentist. And he, was the bully to Rick Moranis.
And
Now
then
Rick
in
Moranis
this,
could be
Rick
his
Moranis
bully.
would be the bully.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I know, but
It'd be a turncoat.
it would be one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, all right, I gotta get used to
And
this
it could
for
be a
minute.
joke in and of itself too.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Dark
'Cause
Helmet...
actually, I think this came out. Would this have been before or after?
I don't remember when Little
Little
Shop of
Shop.
Horrors came
It
out.
was 89, wasn't it? Little Shop
It
of
might have
Horrors?
been.
I think Little Shop was 86.
I thought it was 89.
I
I
don't
could
know.
be
Look it up.
wrong.
When Dark Helmet asks how many assholes they have on board, only one person on the bridge doesn't stand and raise his hand. Which I noticed, but I thought it was I thought there was more. I just noticed one.
1986.
Oh, so 1 year before
So,
this.
okay.
When President Scrooge meets Charlene and Marlene, the Gallup
What?
twins,
No,
I beat her
you were
to
right.
it.
Oh.
he orders
No, you were right.
Oh.
It's not-
he orders them to chew their gum. This is a reference to the Doublemint television commercials featuring the Gallup twins. The movie helped fulfill a longtime wish of Mel Brooks. In his high school yearbook, he said his ambition was to become president. During the self-destruct sequence, when the cancel self-destruct doors opened, it was the authorized byline at the bottom has the name Albiez. Peter Albiez was one of the special effects staff. In 2004, Mel Brooks announced that a sequel was in the works to coincide with Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Regarding a release date, he told Playbill in an interview, best case scenario, a week before the new Star Wars opens. Worst case scenario, a year after the new Star Wars opens. However, as of 2021, no sequel of the film has materialized. Mel Brooks had to cast Michael
No,
Winslow.
Brooks just recently passed away, didn't he?
No, he's
he
not
just
yet.
did History of the World Part 2.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So he's still alive.
still alive. I think that was
He's
going to be
getting-
his last one, though.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
he
up
looks rough.
Yeah, he's old.
Mel Brooks had to cast Michael Winslow as he does all his own sound effects, and he saved over $100. John Hurt played Jesus in Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1, and the two became friends. Brooks decided to ask him for a favor to recreate the chestburster scene from Alien for this film, and the actor happily obliged. The Spaceball whom Dark Helmet zaps in the groin with his Schwartz ring as discipline is called Sergeant Rico, a nod to Juan Rico, the main character of Robert A. Heinlein's science fiction novel Starship Troopers. Dark Helmet's tie resembles a male's genitals,
Balls.
dick and balls.
Yeah.
Genitalia.
George Lucas asked that Lone Star not dress like Han Solo, so instead he dresses like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
These roles have more in common than just Harrison Ford. Barf is portrayed as a dog because Chewbacca was in fact inspired by Lucas's dog Indiana, who is also Indy's namesake. The third movie, Rick Moranis and John Candy were in together after Little Shop of Horrors and Brewster's Millions, though they had no screen time together in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep. I love that. Like back in the 80s and shit, especially late 80s, early 90s, a lot of these actors had a lot of roles together. It was great
Yeah.
just seeing them in movies together, like Steve Martin, Rick Moranis,
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan
Bill
Aykroyd,
Murray.
Bill Murray, Chevy Chase. They were all just like, you could link
Yeah.
them together through all these different movies that they were all in together.
Mm-hmm.
But it's great.
Kind of knew what kind of movie it was going to be based on who was in it.
Right. Yeah. You knew if it was going to be a hit or a flop based
Mm-hmm.
on who's. The only one I would say that didn't do as well is the one with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy.
Nothing but trouble.
No.
That one didn't do good.
No,
that
it
was
didn't.
in the
You're right.
90s
That
though.
one didn't do good. The one where
That
they're in
was so
the
good.
woods,
No,
they're
that's
camping
I
or
liked it.
whatever.
What was it?
The one in the wilderness,
Great Outdoors.
great outdoors. Yeah,
That one didn't do good.
I didn't like it as much.
Oh,
I don't know how
love
well
that
it did. I
movie.
guess I'm saying that I
Big
didn't.
Big Bear chased me.
But I don't know. I haven't
Jack
seen it
loves
yet.
that.
It's one of the movies that I haven't seen in years. So
Oh, man.
maybe I'd still like. I love Nothing But
I
Trouble,
watched
though.
it with Jack. I love Nothing But Trouble too. Most
Oh,
people
yeah.
didn't, but
Yeah.
I watched it with Jack, and he fucking loved that movie.
Nothing But Trouble. Like you could almost throw that in a horror category.
You can,
Kind of,
yeah.
yeah.
hmm
Huh?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Jared,
you
how many
can.
kids do you have? Just Jack?
Just two.
Just two?
Yeah, I got Gage and Jack. Gage is 17 today.
Oh, today's his birthday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday.
17.
Happy birthday, Gage.
Mm-hmm.
Say happy 50th episode to us too, or whatever.
Say hi to your friend
Hang on,
that I
we gotta
didn't
give
really
him a
see.
second to reply.
I was gonna say.
Thank you. That means so much. What?
To her, apparently.
All right, so
More
next
you.
week.
Next week, what are we watching next week, Karen?
Hurry up.
Spaceballs 2.
Part
Search
dos.
for more money.
The Search for More Money.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Skinny one. No,
We don't want to do this one.
we don't want to do it.
What is it?
We don't want to do it.
Because we just talked about this one.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be funny if you picked it again.
No, I moved my hand the other way.
Of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Sorry, we cheat now, I guess.
Sometimes.
Oh, the Batman.
Oh.
Oh, sweet. 3 hours.
The Batman.
What?
Yeah, it's a really long one. It's a long movie.
You watched it with us? The new one with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I hate that.
The Batman.
It's on Max. I know that. So
Or was. Is it
it still should be. Yeah.
I watched it with you.
Yeah. Back whenever you
That was
dating
on
that little
Max.
dickhead, Matt, or whatever his name was. Remember? Because he stuck
Yeah,
around
it's-
for the whole fucking movie.
It's still on Max.
Oh.
Runtime is 2 hours and 55 minutes.
It's a good movie, though.
Fuck.
I've watched it.
I've been telling myself I need to watch it a second time, so I'm glad I
Yeah.
got pulled. I'm down.
Let's do this.
Yep. So next week, The Batman with Robert Pattinson and Colin Farrell and
Which, why didn't they just hire that one guy to play
Zoe Kravitz is in it.
Colin Farrell's part in that movie?
Who?
The other guy
Let's say
that they made him look like.
We gotta do Batman 2. Can't do the Batman first. We gotta do Batman 2.
The what?
So we gotta do Batman 2. Can't do the Batman first.
The Batman 2?
No, just Batman 2.
Batman 2?
Yeah.
Is there a Batman 2?
Yeah, Michael Keaton's.
You mean Batman Returns?
Is that what? Oh, yeah, Batman.
Batman
I call it Batman 2.
2.
That is
2.
the second
Why didn't
Batman.
they just have that guy play him?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good
Be
question.
a lot less makeup.
He was in the movie.
Yeah, be a lot less makeup.
Yeah.
What's up?
It's
yeah.
not the Batman anyway. That's not the Batman we're talking about.
Yeah, this
I
is
know,
the
I
this
know
is the first.
Robert Pat.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, I was confused.
Would you?
No. The episode's almost over.
There may be a
Sorry,
fight
guys.
after the we.
That's TV.
Oh wait. Oh, we're playing the game. Hold on.
Yeah.
I did
the
really
game.
good. I did really good last week. Hold up.
Aim for it. Aim for it. Oh,
Damn.
that was good though. It zoomed by the side.
You want
Wasn't
to try
too
or
bad.
you want? Can I do this one again? You want to try? The nuts.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh.
No,
Went
not
right
quite.
over the
Karen
top.
had the best one.
I went right over
Every
the
week,
helmet.
2 weeks in a row, I've had the best one.
All right.
One of these days, I'm gonna get like the best one. I hit like dead center.
I went over the helmet.
You went over his
The
helmet.
I always
But do
go
you
over
give
there.
good helmet? All right.
What's this?
Covering my nuts.
So next week we're doing the Batman with Robert Pattinson. Make sure you watch it if you want to tune in for that. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok,
I don't think it
X,
That
Facebook,
works.
YouTube, and Rumble.
Because I didn't hit the trigger.
So, and make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, and
Children.
make sure you go rate us on Spotify and Apple.
Please.
Please, that'd be awesome. So, till next week, everybody.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
That's my new favorite bump.
Hmm.
Till next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.